Hi guys, welcome to a Driving with Kevin content video. I'm trying to find the perfect light here. I promised you guys a content video on Wednesday. It is 11:15 on Wednesday night here in Dubuque, Iowa. So technically, I haven't let you down yet. I've got about 45 minutes to film this thing and upload it. So I was waiting because I pre-ordered a Galaxy S10 and I knew I was going to be getting it today. So I was trying to put off making the video until I had the S10. And I already like the results better because this picture already is significantly better than what I would have gotten out of the S8. So anyways, guys, let's jump into today's video. What I want to talk to you guys about today is driving the bar scene. And I know that a lot of drivers don't like driving the bar scene for a number of reasons, okay? First of all, the passengers are usually really rude because they're drunk. And second of all, the risk of having a bodily fluid incident is really high. So what I want to talk to you specifically about is avoiding those situations, okay? The bodily fluid situations, the rude passenger situations. I don't know that I've ever gotten a really overly rude passenger on any of my live streams. I don't remember, but yeah, anyway, let's just let's start off by telling you guys a little bit of a background. Obviously, you guys have been following me for a while. You know I've been doing this for 2 years. It'll be 2 years in April. And 95% of my rides have been given during the bar times. Okay? Whether it was here or a different market, whatever the case may be. In those 2 years, I have only had one puke incident. It was 100% on the outside of the car. It was in this car, actually. 100% on the outside of the car. I didn't see it till the next day, so I didn't clean it. I didn't claim a cleanup fee or anything like that because I didn't even see it till the next day. That was my last ride of the night. It was like 3:30 in the morning. I kind of did to myself, but so really I kind of want to talk about how to avoid those situations, right? So obviously the number one way to avoid those situations is pay attention to passenger ratings. Okay, a lot of drivers will not take passengers that are rated below a 4.6 because chances are the lower they're rated, the more incidents they've had, whether they were rude or whether or not they made sexual advances towards somebody when they were drunk, or they puked in every Uber they've ever been in. A lot of people will not take anybody below a 4.6 for a number of reasons, and those are among them. When I first started out, I remember being told, you know, if you're going to take people that are rated below a 4.6, you are standing a much greater risk of having a puker. So when I signed up for Maestro and I was setting my filters, I set my filter at 4.6 for that reason. So my passengers that I'm getting are all rated a 4.61 or higher. So I know that I'm getting relatively decent rides. And I don't pay real close attention to the rides I get, particularly because it was only up there for a few seconds with the Maestro on. But most of the rides that I've been able to capture are 4.9 or higher. So that has really, really helped. Obviously, guys, you want to have things in your car to clean up messes. You want to have paper towels. You want to have cleaner. You want to have disinfectant. You want to have gloves. And you want to have probably some sort of upholstery cleaner if you have upholstery seats. Or a leather cleaner if you have leather seats, whatever the case may be. That's obviously really important. Also, guys, invest in vomit bags. Ugh, wow, it's easy for you to say. Invest in vomit bags. Okay, They're very, very inexpensive. You can buy them on Amazon. You get like the hospital grade. They're like blue, and they collapse, so they don't take up a lot of space in your car. You can stick them in like the seat pouch, or you can stick them in the glove box, and that way you can keep them for safekeeping, and only pull them out when you need them. So that's obviously the number one thing you can do, right? Outside of that, guys, it's really kind of knowing your market. It's knowing, maybe you live in a market where you know that people get super rowdy, right? You're in a market where you know that people drink a lot, and you're gonna have an issue if you're out too late. Dubuque is a big drinking town, but people don't get overly crazy. I feel like, I haven't had too many rides that were just like, oh my God, I shouldn't have taken that person. Or, to be honest, if they get in the car and they're drunk and one of the first things they ask you is, have you ever had a puker in your car? Those are the ones to pay attention to, because they're probably going to puke. It's happened to me a lot where they've gotten in the car and they've asked that and they've been like, oh, no, I'm not going to puke. If they say they're not going to puke, then you really got to watch them, because they probably are going to puke. Okay? So one thing I hate about this lighting is really weird. I apologize, guys. But also, if they pass out, there's a good possibility they're going to puke. Or if you hear them, like in the middle of winter time, rolling a window down. Okay? If it's late at night, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever, and they're rolling down their window in the back seat, they're not feeling well. They're trying to get air. Okay, that's usually a good indication that they're probably not going to make it. Okay. Also, pay attention to the people that they're with. Listen for verbal cues. Okay. I have a story kind of related to this. I think I've told it before. I don't think it was captured on stream, but it was after I started the YouTube channel, when I was streaming on Fridays and Saturday nights. I picked up a couple girls at a bar, and it was probably like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And the one girl I don't think she was sober, but she wasn't really that drunk. But her friend was absolutely wasted. And they get in the car, and we're not even in the car for 2 minutes, and she's rolling down the window. And this made me nervous, and her friend said, hey, just so you know, she is really drunk, and I can't promise she's not going to puke. And that's kind of where it gets dicey. You're like, oh shit, and so we're driving along, I'm trying to get to the destination as quick as I can, because I don't want her puking in my car, right? And so we're on our way there, and we get probably 3 or 4 blocks away from their final destination, and the girl who ordered the ride, who is the more sober of the two, asked me to stop the car and pull over. And so we stop the car and pull over. They both jump out, and the one that's really, really drunk pukes on the side of the road. So the point of that story, guys, is pay attention. She gave very good verbal cues that she knew her friend was sick. She knew her friend was going to puke. And so she informed me, hey, I don't want to pay this fee again. Could you please pull over so she can puke? Whatever. It was all good. I ended the trip. They walked the rest of the way. It is what it is. So another important thing that works, and I've never personally done this, but I've heard it works, is if you keep your car really cold. Even in the wintertime, if someone gets in and you just think that they're wasted and they're going to puke, turn the air conditioner on. People are less likely to puke if they're cold. So I don't know if that works. I've never actually personally done it, but I know a lot of drivers that do, and they say it works really well. So I believe I am the only driver in my market that's never had a puker. So at least a mess big enough to claim a cleanup fee. So which brings me to cleanup fees. always make sure that you take pictures before you clean up the mess, okay? As long as you take the picture before you clean up the mess and you submit it to Uber and Lyft before you clean it up, you will get the fee, okay? The amount of the fee really varies depending on the size of the mess. They use some algorithm to figure out, okay, you know, it's going to cost them X amount of dollars to clean this up. We're going to give them, you know, X, we're going to give them Z amount of money. I don't know how they figure it out, because they calculate how much it's going to cost you to clean it up, and they also incorporate how much money you lost by not being on the road and having to go clean it up. And again, I'm not sure how they calculate that, but that's kind of how it all factors in. So, also good deterrent, guys, to tell people if they're not familiar with the process, hey, just so you know, if you puke in my car or you make a mess in my car, you eat in my car and you spill, I'm going to submit it to Uber or Lyft, and you're going to have to pay a cleanup fee that could be $200. You know, if you tell people that, even if they're drunk, they understand that you're going to charge them if they puke in your car. So, also a very good deterrent. So, those are just kind of some things that I recommend for the bar run, coming from somebody who's done this for 2 years and never had an incident. Rude passengers, I know I kind of touched on that at the beginning of the video. I don't really know that there's anything you can do there besides filter the requests. You guys always need to remember, though, always remember, you can end a ride and kick somebody out of your car at any time, okay? You don't, you know, if you feel threatened or the passenger's being too rude, kick them out. Pull the car over to the side of the road in a safe location, pull over and say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not going to take you any further, you're being very rude. Kick them out of your car, make sure you rate them below a 3 stars so you never bear to them again, and just be on your way. So, and the same thing goes for somebody, if you pull up to a bar to pick somebody up and they're not standing up straight, right? Or they have to be carried to the car, or they have to be held up to walk to the car. Those are not people you want to take, okay? Those are people that are either going to pass out in your car or they're going to puke. It's that simple. So those are people that you definitely don't want to take. So there's a few things to keep in mind, guys. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Guys, let me know what you think about the new camera here. Picture looks pretty good on my end, but you know, I won't know until I actually upload it. So, Uber, Lyft on, guys. Be safe out there. And as usual, if you're new here, subscribe and hit that little bell icon. I don't think it notifies you for every single video, but it will notify you every single time I'm live. And lately, I'm live more than I'm uploading videos. So, yeah. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.